Hi, I'm Lucy. Thank you for joining me for another video, and if this is your first time here, a very warm welcome to you. I hope you enjoy it. Death is both fascinating and scary. It is the last mystery of life and largely remains unknowable until your time comes. Despite massive advancements in science and technology, the age-old question of what happens after you die is still without answers. You might actually know that you are dead for quite a long time after you die, according to a chilling new study. Researchers have discovered you may be able to hear your own death being announced. The findings come amid the emergence of the belief you know what's happening around your cadaver. Medical experts have long debated what happens when a person dies, with evidence of bright lights or sensations and films such as Flatliners exploring the unknown. People who have been medically dead and then resuscitated are the only insight into what happens. These people have taken to social media to answer the impossible, what's it like to die? The question as best they can, and the answers vary a lot, reports the Mirror. Number 1, it's like reading a book. 5 years ago, Monitor Monkey underwent major surgery during which he bled out, causing him to die for several minutes, the Mirror reported. He goes on to say, I woke up in what looked like space, but there weren't any stars or light. I wasn't floating, so to speak. I was just there. I wasn't hot or cold, hungry or tired. Just a peaceful, neutral kind of thing. I knew there was lights and love somewhere nearby, but I had no urge or need to go to it right away. I remember thinking over my life, but it wasn't like a montage. More like I was idly flipping through a book and snippets stood out here and there. Whatever it was, it changed my thoughts on a few things. I am still afraid to die, but I'm not worried about what happens after that. Number 2, a visitor from someone dear. Schneider 7 was thrown from his motorbike while cruising at 50 miles per hour and was medically dead when he was taken to the hospital. As he lay in the road before the ambulance came, he recalled someone he knew encouraging him. I just remember being on the pavement and things slowly going black and quiet. The only reason I didn't fall asleep was because of a bizarre moment where I heard someone yelling, Ranger up, you candy F. Come on, man, get up, get up, get up. Then someone was slapping my helmet, which was basically smushed really hard onto my head. When I opened my eyes, I saw my brother squatting on the pavement next to me. This was odd because my brother died from an overdose several years ago. The only thing I remember is him glancing at his watch and saying something like, they'll be here soon, and then walking away. I wish I could give more detail, but I honestly don't remember much of the incident and still have trouble with my memory as a result of the accident. Number 3, a garden. While many users describe their death as being like a void, I died for a bit had a very different experience after an allergic reaction caused his or her heart to stop. I remember a feeling of being sucked backwards, extremely slowly, like being pulled through water and this blackness fading in and out. At one point, it faded back in and I was staring out at a garden. It wasn't filled with flowers, just dust and patchy grass. There was a playground with a merry-go-round in the middle and 2 children running around it, a boy and a girl. It's difficult to describe, but I got the feeling I could choose if I wanted to stay or leave. But every time I tried to go back, I was held in place. I went through all the reasons I wanted to go back, and when I told the presence I didn't want to abandon my mother. Whatever held me finally let me go. I snapped back into my body. My heart had stopped for 6 minutes. Number 4, hitting snooze. As a teenager, the dead man walks had been going through months of chemotherapy when his nose started bleeding uncontrollably. Due to a sepsis infection, his condition worsened and he slipped in and out of death, which he describes beautifully. The worst part of it all, looking back, is how peaceful it can seem. It's like wanting to hit the snooze button on your alarm at 7 a.m. And maybe you do hit it once or twice, but then you remember that you have work or school and that you can't sleep because you still have stuff to do. Number 5. Or is it a laugh? Altberger 69's brush with death didn't stop them from cracking jokes. Had a heart attack last year and my heart stopped 3 times in the emergency room. Apparently, each time they shocked me back, I woke up, and that's how it felt, and told the staff a different knock-knock joke each time. No lights or whatever, just felt like sleep. And number 6, there is nothing after. In the aftermath of a motorbike accident, Ralk Nuff's breathing and pulse stopped and he went cramp and stiff. After 2 minutes, his friend managed to resuscitate him. For me, it was just a blackout. No dreams, no visions, just nothing. Apparently, I asked over 10 times what happened and said I shall be happy to be alive today. A new study, the Mirror reports, suggests a person's consciousness keeps working after their heart stops beating and their body movements fail. Cardiac arrest survivors were aware of what was going on around them while they were dead, including seeing doctors trying to save them or hearing conversations. Before being brought back to life, the study revealed. It means that a person may even hear their time of death being announced by medics, as they are essentially trapped inside their body with brain function. Dr. Sam Parnia is studying consciousness after death and examining cardiac arrest cases in Europe and in the US. He said he has evidence that he's found that people in the first phase of death may still experience some form of consciousness. The expert told Live Science that people who have survived cardiac arrest later accurately described what was happening around them after their hearts stopped beating. He said they'll describe watching doctors and nurses working, they'll describe having awareness of full conversations, of visual things that were going on that would otherwise not be known to them. Dr. Parnia of the NYU Langone School of Medicine in New York said the accounts were verified by the doctors and nurses, who were left stunned after learning that the patients remembered the details after being resuscitated. His study is examining what happens to the brain after a person goes into cardiac arrest, and whether consciousness continues after death and for how long, to improve the quality of resuscitation and prevent brain injuries while restarting the heart. Unlike the plot in Flatliners, however, when a person is resuscitated, they don't return with a magical enhancement of their memories, said Dr. Parnia. I hope you enjoyed this and found this as interesting and as fascinating as I do, and I would love to know your thoughts and what you believe, so please comment below. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you would please kindly give me a like, comment below, share with others, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell to be alerted of every time I upload a new video. Please come back to see the next one. Until then, bye for now and be blessed.